Hi everyone, so welcome back to my channel. So by popular request, I have had quite a few people asking about my meal preps. I show them in a very fast video every week, and I haven't always done that. If you look past, I think I have 30 something meal prep videos in my playlist on my channel. If you look past when I first started, I did do slow videos. I talked to you continuously throughout the videos, but I would spend, I'm not even, sometimes 2 or 3 hours doing that. And that was because I was having to set up and, the camera, and I was having to stop and explain. And, once I started doing more content for my channel, and once I started realizing the time it was taking, I decided that I needed to do it in a different way. And that's when I started doing, the faster videos. And sorry, my dog's over there scratching at the door. He wants to be in, but then when I let him out, he wants to back in. So I don't, one of those animal things. Anyway, so I started doing the time lapse, which I've gotten a lot of great feedback from. I can just set it up and I just go about my morning and do my thing, and then I don't have to stop and set up and reset up. Sometimes I just have to move it closer to what I'm working on. And people really, really like it, but also some people are not liking it because they can't see what I'm doing, and I'm not explaining what I'm using the foods for and what I am actually making and that type of thing. So as kind of I just don't have the time to stop and explain everything to you. Plus, again, this is real world, real life. I have, there's 2 adults and 2 kids that live in this house, and I honestly just don't want to have to disrupt everyone's day by having everyone have to be quiet, so I can, stop and tell you guys what I'm making and how to make it. And I was getting up, and also another thing I should mention, in my earlier videos, I was getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning to make those videos so I could talk and everybody was still in bed. And that way I could get done in a decent amount of time. By the time everybody was getting up in the morning, then we could spend the day, together. Both me and my husband work 5 days a week, kids in school. We only have Saturday and Sunday to spend with each other. We don't have summers off. We don't have, we don't have any extra time. We don't get vacation time to be able to do anything together as a family. And so our weekends are our days. And I don't want to, getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning was tough. It was really, really tough. And it was really wearing on me by the end of the day. And I don't want YouTube to become a chore for me. So I mean, it's fun. I love it. I love the support and the motivation that I get from you guys. And I want to continue doing it. And my meal preps are one thing that keeps me motivated, keeps me going. And by filming them, it makes me do them every week. And I get a lot of support from you guys telling me how much it motivates you and supports you. So what I'm going to start doing, which is right now, is I'm going to go over what I'm making, my process, and I will do this every week so you guys know what I'm using the foods for. You can see it better, since I'm not explaining them as I'm showing them to you, then it kind of tells you what those are, because sometimes it can be kind of hard to see on video what they are and what I'm putting into them. So I'm going to start telling you guys in a little pre-video. And so my first thing, which is also a tip for you guys, set a time limit. In the past, I just did it until it was done. I made this huge list, everything I wanted to get. I had breakfast, lunches, dinners, snacks, everything planned for the entire week. And sometimes it would, like I said, it would take me 3 hours. Now, granted, it probably took me that long because there was a lot of setup and tear down with the camera and that kind of thing. But now I give myself a time limit of 90 minutes, and that includes setup. When I say setup, that means pulling out all the dishes that I'm going to need, all the pots and pans I'm going to need for cooking, all the storage containers I need, getting my camera set up, and then clean up as well. So that 90 minutes includes setup and cleanup. Now I do try to clean up as I go along. Today was a little bit of a struggle because somebody didn't do the dishes last night. That would be my youngest son. So there was dishes in the sink, and I refused to do my kids' chores. So they kind of got in my way, so that won't happen again. But anyway, so that's 90 minutes. Once I hit that 90 minutes, I'm done. I am done. I make my list ahead of time. I usually do it a day or two before. add on to it as I go. I also put a notepad in my phone, so as I think of things, I put them in there. I transfer them from there to my paper, cross them off as I'm doing my list. Once my timer turns off and I just set it on my phone, once my phone goes off, I'm done. And that doesn't include me filming the end of it and stuff for you guys. That is the actual, I set it, then I start pulling things out, and I start thinking of myself. And sometimes I even on my list, I'll put on there what I need to pull out. I need to take out a pot, a small pot, medium pot, 2, you know, frying pans. I need to take out this many containers. I need this size of containers. I write them down on my list ahead of time. I do that as I'm making the list. I just write next to it, okay, I'm going to put this into this size of round glass container. I'm going to need this. I'm going to need this. I need this measuring cup, whatever, and then I just need to pull them all out. So that's part of kind of my pre-work that I do as I'm making my list a couple days before. So then I start my timer and I go. Okay, so I'm going to do a quick rundown of what I made, and then I'll tell you what each of those are for. So I did tortilla chips, I juiced some lemons, I made wheat berries, I baked some chicken, I made hard-boiled eggs, I made some quinoa, brown rice, I cooked up some taco meat, some ground beef for dinners, salsa, I put some applesauce into individual containers, I cut up some bell peppers, I cut up a cantaloupe, and I made some sugar-free jello. So another thing that I do, or I guess I say, I'll tell you what I didn't have time to, I had other things on my list that I didn't make it to. And that was roasting some sweet potatoes and making chicken salad. So those 2 things I did not get done, so I will, you know, maybe do them tonight when I'm making dinner, or do them throughout the week, something like that. I will do them, but it just is not going to be in my morning I had set for, and I will just do them at another time when I have time to do so. Now, don't look at my list and see, oh my gosh, there's no way I could get that done in 90 minutes plus setup plus cleanup. I worked my way up to this. I have gotten a pattern, you know, I have gotten into where I know, okay, I need to work on this and work on this. Plus, I kind of have it in my head, what are the things that are most time consuming that I want to get done. The roasted sweet potatoes and the chicken salad, I knew I can make that chicken salad just like that. I mean, I can make it in 5-10 minutes one evening before I go to bed and have it ready for the next morning. Same with the roasted sweet potatoes. If I'm already cooking something in the oven one of these nights this week, I can go ahead and chop up a sweet potato, throw it in the oven, boom, I'm done. So I'm not sweating it. I feel like that's, you know, what I kind of want to look at. So I'm going to go through and tell you what each of these items are for. So I always split my list up in breakfast items, lunch items, dinner items, and then kind of a miscellaneous section. The dinners, that's my main goal, is to get any prep for dinner. Because of my work schedule, I get, you know, when I get off of work, I get home, I'm out of the house from 7 in the morning to about 5 in the evening. That's only if I don't have to do anything after work, go pick up my son, or go to the store and pick up anything that we need throughout the week, pick up prescriptions, anything like that. So 5 o'clock is the earliest I get home, and my husband has to work usually at anywhere between 3 and 5 in the morning. So we have to go to bed early. So I have a very small window to get things done. So that guides my meal prep. Make your meal prep to what you need, base it on your schedule and what works for you. This is just what works for me. So like I said, I have it split up in all those. Tortilla chips is kind of one of those miscellaneous items. I like to have them on hand for snacks. Lemon juice for my water. The wheat berries is a new find that I really like. I put those on my salads, so either for lunch or for dinner. The chicken is for my lunches, or if I don't want to make dinner one night, then I have some chicken in there that's already done that I can just eat a really easy, quick and easy dinner. The hard-boiled eggs for lunches. The quinoa, again, for my salads or side dish for dinner one night. Brown rice for my salads or a side dish for dinner one night. The taco meat and the ground beef, those were both for dinners, of course. The salsa, again, for the tortilla chips, so for a snack or salad. Applesauce is going to be for lunches. The bell peppers are for lunches or for dinner. See, they're already in strips, but now I can dice them down if I want to use them in any kind of dinner or in a salad or anything. Cantaloupe, again, just for snacking, and the sugar-free jello for snacking. So that is my meal prep for today.